also having a sports field and indoor stadium. CMREC has started with the 240 seats with the bachelor degree in engineering program. The institute has intake of 1140 by offering 7 undergraduate courses like in CSC, CSC A&ML, CSC Data Science, CSC Cybersecurity, ECE, IT, and Mechanical, and postgraduate courses in CSC and VLSI. CMREC having a rich campus and distinctly different from other colleges campus across the Hyderabad because of the dynamic community of supportive peers, caring and mentoring professors, and friendly staff who worked here with commitment. It is an ideal setting for a holistic thing. Now I request our HOD, Dr. Shiv Kumar, will address the gathering. HOD, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Vijay, Mr. Mrutyunjaya. Good morning, all the participants over here. We welcome our principal, Dr. A.S. Reddy, sir, and all the participants who have joined this FDP on Django framework, because it is the demand in the syllabus as well as the demand of the time, where we need to take all the new technologies so that we can meet out the current student challenges and their course framework also. So keeping this all in mind, we have kept this particular FDP so that the old and the new faculty can enrich with the Django framework, which is now required in projects also. So I welcome once again without wasting time. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I request our beloved principal, Dr. A. Srinivasal Reddy Garu, will address the gathering. Principal, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vijay. Yeah. My dear HOD, sir, Dr. Shiv Kumar, a dynamic HOD who is leading the department of CSC at CMR Engineering College, all the distinguished speakers and respected participants. However, of course, competition will be always there, challenging you. I mean, even as well as we, the administrators. So the new technologies, it is we can say even in the institutions, it's a new beginning. Yeah. However, I think almost we traveled around about 4 years by starting new allied branches in our college, like AML, DS, and cybersecurity kind of specialized branches. Whereas the CSC itself has become one of the most trendy branch, both by its option and both by its opportunities also. So that's where I believe, yes, the faculty of computer science and engineering and its allied, they must always be dynamic and they should also catch up the technologies so that you can enlighten the students and as yourself also, because I think this is opening doors for your own opportunities also. I think our department of computer science and engineering has been conducting various programs in really upgrading the skill. Of course, here learning and relearning, unlearn and relearn, it works because early we would have worked with conventional technologies. Now I think it is mandatory for everybody to understand the advancements. Of course, Python really made, which is a hybrid language, made many of the tasks very easy nowadays. So I think you all will definitely learn a lot from this particular faculty development program of this 5 days. I really happy and proud about the Department of Computer Science and Engineering to really conduct such updated technologies, especially with the Django framework, I think, which is a trendy one. It is something like, if you don't be in race, you will be, somebody else will come in the picture. So that's where I request every faculty member, those who have been attending this particular program, take up it with the right spirit. If you would have already, not learned your skills, I think we have wonderful speakers today. So I really believe that the knowledge sharing and knowledge imparting will definitely take place. And with this spirit, you will also make your students enlightened with new technologies like your Python with the Django framework. Thank you, one and all. Have a wonderful time. Thank you. Thanks for attending this particular FDP hosted by CA. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I request today's speaker, Bhaskar Rao Garu. So Bhaskar Rao Garu, having 11 plus years of experience in system analysis, design, development, and implementation.
Yes, sir.
Of web-based and client-server applications using Python and machine learning and artificial intelligence and deep learning technologies.
Yes, sir.
He is having wide experience in computer technologies like web-based applications, Python, Django frameworks, and also he is having a knowledge on databases like MSQL, MySQL servers, and also he is having good understanding of OOPS concepts. Good at analyzing poses to unique combination of excellent teaching skills and technical skills, ability to understand the client requirements. Flexible and versatile to adapt any new environment, work by any project. So his professional skills in machine learning technologies like Python, Tinker, web development framework, Django, databases, WAMP servers, MySQL servers, and application web servers like Python, Anaconda, Jupyter Notebook. He's having experience like in a software as a software engineer for Vision Solutions, Hyderabad from April 2012 to 2017. And now he is working as a software engineer for SAC Informatics, Hyderabad. So he done few projects like digitalization for libraries as a senior project executive and soft skills development program for dropout people as a programmer guide. Now I request, I welcome today's speaker, Bhaskar Rao Garu.
Yes,
I
sir.
welcome you, sir.
So, sir, good morning. This is Bhaskar Rao from SAC Informatics. So, first of all, good morning to Principal Sir, AS Reddy Sir, and HOD Sir, Shiv Kumar Sir. So, good morning. My pleasure to hear, to continue myself. Yes, sir, this is audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome you, sir. Now session is yours, sir. You can
Yes,
start
Yes,
your
sir. Yes, sir.
So actually, I want to introduce my company as well as myself, sir. Here, SAC Informatics established as a 2012 year. It's a very innovative and experienced company in the market, IT sector. Here, we are in different category, different types of module development process we are doing here, sir. And one more thing, just now we are discussing about this Django and Python advanced technologies with you. What is that priorities and what is going on today? How it going to rapid development in Django framework, sir? And myself, I had completed Master of Computer Applications from Usman University, sir, 2010, and 2010 onwards, we are in innovative thoughts in minds, and we implement that different tasks in this company. And here we are giving a lot of training to the students and different sectors at different colleges, which are also CMR Engineering College. So today my pleasure as a present here, and I want to give this type of good lecturing and good offering to me to how to handle this session and everything, sir. Thank you so much. And I want to introduce that fantastic and fabulous framework like Django framework. sir, is completely different programming actually, compared to previous and present. So the main thing is, sir, here previous programming and present programming, when we compare, here previous everything was going to manual process. We have to design and development everything and web-based applications. But now it's completely different from compared to previous. So it's completely taking as a automatic process. So here the Django taking as a place completely. uh, it's a completely command prompt based command line process. So just we are giving command lines. It create the big size of frameworks, how it works and how it give the security, and how it provide different kind of facilities to understanding levels. And the framework is provide different levels of different levels of framework like this. Okay, and here I want to introduce that Django framework here, sir. Actually, it's support Python. Python is completely different programming when we compare to previous programs, because main intention of this Python, the main intention of introducing the Python is uh, they are reducing the length of the codes. The previous programming, every programs, they are in that application development process. We are using length of the code is very high level. So every part of application we have to take manual process in that programming. Previous, like just for example, that C, C++, Java, .NET, different kind of programming languages. So here we should take this Python programming. Here what happened? The Python is giving less code, very less code, and understandability, and it's a friendly user completely. This Python is completely giving a small code create a big application like that. So this Python is support to number of frameworks, number of what is that applications like console and Windows based and web based. Now we discussed about that. What is that? A Django framework, sir. This Django is completely different programming for previous one. So Django is a high level programming. Python web framework that encourages rapid development, sir. And the classes program design, it's popular for its simplicity, flexibility, and scalability, making it top choice for building web applications. Design follows model view template. Previous programming languages using this model MVC. So MVC stands for Model View Controller. Here the architectural pattern amazing, emphasizing the reusability and components, and don't repeat yourself everything inside. Why? Because it taking as a part, it's very rapid development process. A small command give the a big framework inside the applications. So that's why we are using this application is very fantastic, sir. And the web-based application development process as well. We are teaching the subject on Django. So here we have to introduce the most common part is it's very easy to connect database as well as front end. So Django is the web-based front-end tool here, the web-based front-end development tool. So this Django part, when we are design a big size of websites, it's very useful to develop the web application frameworks. Here inside Python introducing is very essential here, sir. So
Sir, sorry to disturb you, sir. Your PPTs are not visible, sir. Your screen share not shared.
Sir, he was muted. नहीं वही अनम्यूट करना बोलो.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. Please unmute yourself, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. Now it is okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir. This is Bhaskar from SEC Informatics. I introduce my company as well as myself now. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This one completed, sir. Only when you shared, at that time onwards, it is not audible.
Audible. No? Okay, sir. Okay. Now I want to introduce the Django framework, sir. The Django framework is giving this much of information. This is the way I'll share that screen and like PPT. So Django is a web-based framework which is used to develop web applications. This framework uses a famous tagline that web framework for perfectionist with the deadlines. It's giving a rapid development like that. So by using Django, we can build web applications in very less time. Django is designed is such a manner that it handles much of configure things automatically, so we can focus on application development only. Because here we are using Python inside the Django, that's why this automatical process as well as we focus on application development only, sir. Here, Python gives more information. Python gives is very easy to understand levels to the new users as well as developers. Here, the Python, the differentiation of Python programming and the previous programming is Python is completely different or previous programming, sir. Why? Because Python is a combination of two programs. That's why we are introducing Django today, sir. This Django frameworks, why it was going to popularity. This popularity came from this Django is widely accepted and used by various well-known sites such as Instagram, Mozilla, Disqus, and Pinterest, Bitbucket, the Washington Times, different kind of locations. We are using this Django today, sir. Why? Because it's giving more security and robustness and different kind of things inside the Django frameworks. That's why. And here the features of Django. What is that? Let me discuss. This framework today is very easy, and the development process also taking very less time. And next one, secure. It provides security very high level security provided by the framework, web-based applications, sir. Why? Because this framework is when we compare to previous is completely different. That's why. And one more thing is the security aspects. It's give the more security for web-based applications compared to previous programmings, and scalable. The time process also is very lesser. The time and the measurements of application included insights. This is the main aspects of scalable. The scalability of Django framework is very essential to use here, sir. Why? Because when every application, that's the development process taking as a time duration. The time duration taking part is very high in previous programming parts. So that's why we are using, when this Django framework, it's taking us a very less time to development process and implementation process, and it's fully loaded. Here we didn't create any type of application manually. Just we have to use command lines, and that command is give the create the huge type of framework and application inside automatically. That's why we call as a fully loaded content, this Django framework. That is one of the feature of this one. And next one, Weststyle, is completely different kind of programming. We have to discuss about this. Why? Because previous when we are compared to previous, there is a one process, one or two-way process is there. But here it's completely different. It's a different kind of types we have to design inside the Django framework. That's why we call as this very completely versatile. Yeah, this feature also including in Django. And one more, open source. What is open source? Is completely free download and free installation process inside. That's why we call this feature including in this Django framework, sir. And next, vast and support community is giving more support to the different kind of huge communities, like websites and companies, our styles, and different kind of newspapers, like which one is famous in the world. So that is the intention of this Django framework, sir. And next, here we are working with a different kind of Django installations and verifications. So starting version we are taking as a 2.0.3. Now we are using 4.2.3 version, sir. And here, how to verify this one to use this Django framework. Here, these the command lines we are using to verify what is that inside which version is there inside, and what is the required version we have to install inside. That purpose we are checking checking the command lines is the verification process, like import Django and print of Django.get underscore version, like this. Next, so these are the command lines to how to execute the project, and how to add the projects, different kind of parameters we are using to development processor. And here I want to introduce what is the major concept. What is that? What is the components are there inside, and what is the main intention of Django framework? Let me discuss, sir. Coming to the point, the key features of Django included a different kind of features we are adding inside, sir, actually. So here, the MVC, we are discussing about MVC in previous, and now we are discussing about MVT. The MVT stands for Model View Controller, Model View Template. The previous programming taking as a three-tier architecture like Model View Controller, sir. So these are...
Sorry to disturb you, sir.
Yes.
Your screen is not visible, sir.
Just a minute, sir. So I want to give the screen sharing also. Sorry, somebody thing missing.
I have shared timetable.
Yes, sir. Is okay, sir?
Where When is lab?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. These are the features we are including inside the Django framework, sir. So, first one is ORM, Object Relational Mapping. This ORM provides for Django frameworks powerful mapping objects to database tables. Why? Because this is completely server-side application. That's why we are using this feature inside the Django framework, sir. It's a combination of front end and back end. The front end completely managed and manipulated by this Django framework, and it take place back end MySQL, sir, completely. So this ORM completely it's discussing what is the how to make it easy work with databases without write SQL queries directly. So we are discussing this Django framework. Here is we are working with the two kinds of process inside the database, sir. First one is without database we can run the application, and second one is with database also we can run the application. So that is the advantage. That is the best and fabulous advantage for this Django framework. Here, next one, admin interface. Django comes with built-in admin interface that allows developers to manage site content easily, including creating, updating, deleting database records. So here, when we are working with the database like backend, we are working with the CRUD operation: create, update, delete, and read option also including here, sir, actually. So this is the second feature for Django features of backend. Next one, URL routing. Django uses a clean and elegant URL routing system, making it easy to design clean and SEO friendly URLs for web application. Why? Because this complete website run by URL only, sir. Here, it means when we run the application, it generates localhost URL. Based on that, we are run the application and show the what we design and what is our intention of that particular web-based application, sir. That is the thing of this URL routing. And template engine. Django template engine allows developers to separate the design and logic of the application, promoting code reusability and maintainability. So this feature is giving a very essential part into the Django, sir. This was giving us designing aspects completely when we designed the application. It's promoting code reusability means where this whatever the code we are used number of times we are using required content inside the application. And maintainability also we are taking place in very easily and comfortably. Next, another feature we have to discuss here from form handling. Form handling is a very essential part in Django framework, sir. Django simplifies from handling by providing built-in form processing and validation utilities, reducing the amount of code needed to work with forms. Here, when we're discussing about this form handling is very easy to handle in Django framework, sir. Here, when we create that template process and model process, it take place how to handle this form handling. So different kind of when we design one website, there is required some types of pages like. So that pages where how to add and how to handle how it works. This type of information given by this form handling, sir. Here the framework provide everything for developers, very easy to understand and development. And next, we are discussing about security. This security is the most aspect when we develop the websites in the real-time market, sir. That's why we are using this feature inside the Django framework. Django includes built-in protection against common security threat such as SQL injection, cross-site scripting, XSS, and cross-site request of forgery, CSRF. So, unauthorized requests are not accepted inside the Django framework application, sir. So that's why this XSS and CSRF are providing more security inside the applications. So this is inbuilt protection given by Django framework. And so seventh one, we are discussing about authentication and authorization. It's very, very essential for every web application, sir. Why? Because every website required security reasons. So when we are using authentication and authorization, these both are very, very essential for any type of web-based applications, sir. Here, what is authentication and what is authorization? Authentication take the permission from the authorization. Authorization is nothing but it's provide us permission to the authenticates. Like just for example, we discuss about this for authorization. We are using as a Google in search engine, and we discussed about this authentication is just like a Gmail. So Google provide authentication to the Gmail holders, and Gmail holders were nothing but the users. These Gmail holders taking the authorization from authorized from Google, that is authorization. So this is very essential to discuss about this web-based application frameworks. So here, sir, the Django framework provide this Django, what is that authentication and authorization. Here it provide robust authentication and authorization mechanisms out of the box, including users authentication, permissions, and session management. These are very essential topics inside the authentication and authorization, sir. And next we have to discuss internationalization and localization. Here, this application rapidly used in over globally. We are using this Django framework in the IT market now. Why? Because this is completely advanced technology and advanced concept given to the new developers and.
Same executive will come for perform for second experience. Bandu. Hello. Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Actually, a small disturbance is going on in power off condition. Now I want to share my screen and I want to go to topic session. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Here, nowadays we discuss about internalization and localization, sir. Here, this Django framework support internalization and localization making it easy to build multilingual web applications like uh, whatever the websites, different types of website development process, taking development and Django today. Why? Because sir, it's giving more security and more robustness inside the application. That's why. And next one is taking as a place a middleware support. Middleware is one of the major point to take the IT whatever the development sector today. So Django middleware allows developers to modify request and response objects, enabling features such as authentication, catching, and error handling. It's very essential, sir. Why? Because when we had developed that application, so we have to verify that. What is the objects we are inside and what is the request and responses is going on inside. Why? Because web application process taking as client and server based module. Like it's completely different, completely discussed about server side based applications. So here when we're using the server-side based applications, the request and response is very essential. Why? Because users are there and admins are there. That's why the communication is going on going on between the client and server. So the request and response is very essential between the objects and between the computers. So that's why this feature is very essential. Middleware support and enabling features such as authentication, catching, and error handling. Authentication is more and more essential for every website. Uh, so here the Django provide this authentication is very high level, as well as it's catching is catching also one of the part to programming to how to handle that inside the income or imbalancing part into the program, as well as error handling. It's one of the most common part we are taking place into the programming level. When we are design the applications, how to take the error handling is most important. And next, scalability is there. Scalability is one of the most and most important thing inside the programming development process. Here, Django is designed to scale from small projects to large, high traffic websites with built-in support for catching, database optimization, and load balancing. Here, the scalability it takes place a more responsible part inside the development of web-based applications in Django because this scalability is very essential. Why? Because it's taking its the development process in small programming as well as into the large part of the programmings. So different kind of websites using today this programming language, this the program. What is that with Python and as well as Django framework is both combination are very excellent to design this high level websites and database optimization and load balancing inside. And one more thing, here we have to discuss overall the content. Overall design is a powerful framework for building web applications quickly and efficiently. Whether you are a beginner or expertise developer, experienced developer, not a matter. So whoever to take the development process, taking this Django framework, it's very powerful framework and easy to understand the framework. It's create a small command lines. It create huge frameworks inside. Just it completely depends on URLs. That is the important of this Django framework, and it's extensive documentation, active community, and large ecosystem of third-party packages make it a top choice for developers worldwide. So that's why today we are using this fantastic framework like Django is very essential, and this process is very easy to understand and easy to develop. There is it's very not a complex task. It's very easy task to develop the web-based applications and websites as well. So, when coming to the part, moreover, here, what is the kind of condition is architectural pattern. The architectural pattern is more and more essential. That is, we are introducing inside the Django framework. What is that? The pattern is MVT, model view template. It's very essential topic inside the uh, development process of Django framework. Sir, here the MVT process taking inside is variation of more commonly known model view controller. It just is compared previous and it developed the present process inside the MVT. In the case Django, it used the MVT pattern. Here's a breakdown of each component. What is that? What is the each one we have to discuss here right now, sir. So first one, model. What is model and what is view and what is template? The model represents the data structure of your application. In Django, models are Python classes that define the structure of database tables. Each model class typically corresponds to a database table, and the attributes of the class represent the field of the table. Django ORM, object relational mapping, maps these model classes to the underlying database tables, allowing you to interact with the database using Python code instead of SQL queries. So here, when we are discussing about the model completely is giving information about the database. The database creates different kind of tables and different information stored inside the tables. The tables giving that the whatever the information we are stored inside the table, that is called as records, different records inside. This database management completely showing that framework to the models. So this model provides how to manage and how to mapping the database, how to use the Python code compared to the SQL queries instead of SQL queries, how to execute the SQL queries, how to run the database as well. So this is the first prioritized pattern, architectural pattern we are using inside the MBT, sir. This is the first model. And second one, view. The views contains to business logic for a application in Django. Views are Python functions or classes that receive HTTP request and return HTTP responses. So here the views are very essential for Django framework. Why? Because it's a model view. These are the three-tier architecture we called in previous. In this model, we introduced the controller place. We are introduced that in the templates. So that is the advantage of these views. These views are focusing on two categories. One is HTTP request as well as HTTP response. HTTP hypertext transfer protocol. This when we are work with the browsers, we are use this HTTP compulsory. Why? Because this is giving information front end to back end. So when we're discussing about in real time aspects, then the time these HTTP requests are connect to the cloud based controls. So user give the request and the server send the response to the applications. So when we are using this request and response is very essential in the network locations like cloud and local host. So views processing incoming requests, fetch or modify data using the models, and generate response to the send back to the client. So previous when we are discussing in network location, the client and server process is there actually inside the communication. So then that time the client will send the request to the server. The same manner the servers are giving response to the client. Same process we are used in the Django frameworks at views location. Sir, views in Django are responsible for handling user input, interacting with the database, and rendering rendering templates to generate HTML output. So this views are interacting every time HTML pages only. The templates when we move to next line, what is that? Templates. What is the template? So this structure is very essential to develop the web-based frameworks using Django, sir. So this is the main pattern we are using today. How to develop the web-based websites, web-based applications as well, and big size of websites. So next we have to come into the part template. What is template? The template layer is responsible for generating a presentation layer of your application. Templates are HTML files that contain placeholders and template tags, which are replaced with the dynamic content when the template is rendered. In Django, templates are typically used to define the structure and layout of web pages. So here we are introducing in template location completely. We are working with HTML hypertext program, hypertext markup language. So this hypertext markup language is a scripting based language completely. Here, this Python support to take this HTML taglines also. Why? Because Python is completely different programming language. That's why it support programming as well as scripting. So that's the main part inside the Python. That's why it support HTML pages. What is the content inside? How to add the how to add the pages? How to add the pages inside the Django framework. So this is the last pattern we are discussing about in Django architectural pattern. So which are replaced with the dynamic content when the templates is rendered. In Django, templates are typically used to define the structure and layout of web pages. Templates can include static content as well as dynamic content. Here, when we discuss about this static content and dynamic content, here when we run the application in our local host, that is we're discussing about static content. When we run this application and cloud-based location, that content is completely different. Going to the content we discussed about the dynamic content. So these two categories generated by views that into the Django part. So Django templates enough provide powerful features such as template inheritance, template tags, and filters, making it easy to build complex and dynamic web pages. So whatever the thing we are discussing here, the MVT process is completely giving structural way how to design web pages, how to design the websites, how to make it easy as a big framework inside the web-based applications. So this is a part of Django part we are discussing today is model view template. It's a very fantastic concept to discussing in this moment at this moment. So here, in the summary, the model view template pattern in Django provides the responsibilities of an application into three main components: model for data representation and database interaction, views for business logic and request handling, and templates for generating dynamic HTML output. So this is the way to use the HTML MVT pattern to develop the Django framework, sir. This separation of concerns help to keep code organized, maintainable, and reusable, making it easier to develop and maintain complex web applications. So this is the information about Django framework, sir. Introduction of Django framework, and this is the concept of explanation of Django framework, how to use and uh, how to work in different kind of web-based applications. Yes, sir. Is it audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
So now we are discussing about how to design, how to installation, and what is that, how to run that applications. We have to discuss, no, sir?
Yes, sir, you can.
Sure, definitely. So here,
अरे पूछ रहा रे पूछने का नहीं.
first of all, we install the softwares like Python and Django compulsory, sir, when we run these applications. So first, when we run this application, we have to go to command prompt, and first we have to verify the Python, which version is available in your system. So this is the verification process using for Python to take this one, sir. And next, when we go to run this, when we go to work with Django framework, we have to install Django framework also. Why? Because these are the preloaded content and open source content available in the market. That's why we are install these two softwares compulsory. So here, how to verify this Django is available or not in our system. So there is a command is there, sir. Import Django.get underscore version.
No, no problem.
This is the way to sorry. So this is the way to verify the version like this, sir, actually. So when we work with, before going to work with Django framework, we have to verify these two softwares are available or not in our system. That is mandatory, sir. And here,
It's up to you.
after verifying this one, you have to run this one, how it is taking place, what is the content inside and everything. So let me check it once, how to design a sample application based on that previous discussion. So first of all, we are creating one folder at alternate drives. We're creating one folder like D drive, E drive, whatever the alternate drives we have inside. So in this location, I want to create one new folder, sir. Here, this name is giving as a my project, like website was it a small my project one already is there. That's why we're taking this place. My project. So this is completely empty folder we had to create inside the drivers like this, sir. So now we have to move command prompt. This is how to create the web framework. What is the differentiation between previous programmings? Just we are writing a small command line. It create a big we create a big framework like Django framework, sir. We have to discuss that information now. So now we are taking as a D path, taking into path as a D drive. So here I want to take place how to design this framework as well. So what we had created, that folder name we have to add here. What is that? My project one is get into the path D drive. Now just we have to write a small command like admin in a Django -admin space start project. So this start project, and as well as project name, like college app. A small application we have to create. How it create this small command inside the folder. So when we enter into the path, so here we are creating a empty folder inside the D drive location. Empty folder. So when empty, based on this command line, when we write this command line create a huge framework inside the empty folder. This is the framework creation. This is a college app what we have created now. Just inside, we check it inside. This is created by these applications like init settings, URLs, WSGI. Is init and WSGI both are empty folders for supporting for this web-based application, and settings and URLs are very essential to run this application. So this was one small command line. It create a huge Django framework like this. So how it run? Actually, we taking as a command line from address bar location. Here we write the command line Python manage.py run server. On enter. So when we run this application, this command line, just this URL was generated. This URL is the this URL indicates that framework what we had created, that Django framework. Just we have to copy this one and go to the browser and paste at this location, address bar location, and just click on this. So this is a framework location, Django framework location. So this is the way to design these applications using the small commands. We didn't create any application manually. Everything was going to automatically, and it's very low complexity created. When we create this Django application, it's not a big task to the development process and applications. So this is the this is the way we are created Django framework using command prompt and localhost URLs based on this process. So this is only we are discussing about front end, but we are discussing back end also. So here, when we are going to back end, the back end process take place as a MySQL. This MySQL is very essential. This is completely take place how to store the data and how to create the databases inside the application, how to interact with the front end to back end these applications. So this is completely MySQL. This is completely server side application. This server side application in local host it taking as a local servers as well. And when we are going to real time location, this completely this backend process is taking as a cloud based location, cloud servers. The cloud create a database part and provide the database content back end to front end. So here, when we add the content, when we add the apps for this main application. So when we're discussing about the applications inside the Django framework, here init is completely empty folder, sir. Completely empty folder, nothing will be there inside. Why? Because it's just like a support application for Django. Next, settings. When we are discussing with about the settings are very essential. Why? Because settings is create database connections. The database connections are giving over here. So this database connectivity provided by this settings application. And one more thing, whatever the pages we are adding inside the application, the pages are added by this installed app location. So this two categorical performances given by this settings application. That's why we are using the setting part compulsory. Next, how to move URLs. This complete framework depends on URLs. Why? Because we are working with templates. So the templates are completely server side applications. That's why the server side applications when we created inside the application, that URLs are including at this location to run the website. So this URLs provide URLs, how to make it, how to show the visualization part as well. Here, the URL patterns we are using, the patterns are providing attach the HTML templates and run the templates in the website. So next one, we have to add the page for this one. We have to add the page, and how to add this one, how to add the pages. These are all things. Here, when we run the application, same manner we have to move over there. So in this location, we have to come out the application and run the whatever the applications we have to add here. Okay. Now I want to take the place as what we have created, that main application, college app. Now into the path we have created as a my project location. What is that? What we have to add that new page for this one, college app. So here we are write the command line, say Django -admin start app. Suppose that I want to introduce some sections from here. The sections is the page. We have to add the main application here. So that is the intention. Just we have to write the click on the button, enter. So now we have to check into the part here. First we created as a empty folder here. When we're using that command start project, that app was created like this. In that location, sections are entered into the part now based on this command. Using this command, the small command create a huge framework inside the application like this. So here models and views are available. So the MBT process completely depends on these two applications, main application and sub application. So the sub application added into the main application first, and then we have to write the codes and everything inside the applications. So here I want to check one thing. What is that views? The views are we have discussed already. We discussed the part views. What is the intention of views? Here we discussed all the views here. This is completely is work with HTTP location, request and response location. So HTTP request and response generated by HTML outputs. So that's why here we are using this views are essential. So now we are write a small code for this for understanding purpose. So here from Django.http import HTTP response. Here H is capital, R is capital, FTP response. Here, why we are using it, capital letters inside the program is Python programming is completely case sensitive. So that's why we are using this capital and small cases compulsory, where it was required properly. So after complete this one, we are taking place as an action place that is called as def function. We are taking as a def function. Here, add some sections like add, like CSC, C capital only, and SESC, some A section, support. A. So here we write as a request for this. Why? Because this completely server-side application. This is client-side location. The client-side location is sent to the request to the server like this. And one more thing here, I want to return this one. Return the value, whatever the what I want to see on server-side location. Return HTTP response. Response like I want to display this matter into the browser location. So I want to display this information at browser location. That purpose I'm taking as a small code. For example, here, sir, just have a look here. Just I want to move now the setting part here. So whatever the created page over there, that page inserted here like this. Here, I want to give that page name, like what is that, a sections. I want to introduce here. So this is another page, and that views are another page. This is main application page, and that is added page location. So I want to merge these two locations at this location. Use this settings.py. To complete this one, we have to take place into the URLs. The URLs are very essential here. From the page name, we have to mention here sections, import views. So the applications where we are taking that pages, we have to mention, we have to import from that particular location. Sections, import views. Okay, now the pattern. What is that pattern we have to introduce here? So here I want to take place. I want to display that one, that the URL. What is that URL we are using for previous? So here add CSCA. So this one I want to do this URL I want to use to display in the browser location. What is that created inside the application? So now I want to call that one views dot. What we are creating in that location, views location, we'll add that one. Add CSCA. So this is the way to create one small application. How to generate the website, or small website. This is just for scenario. It will take much more time to develop the application. So why? Because HTML files also have to take place to development process. That's why. So now I want to run this one. just where is the manage.py location, manage Python location? We are taking as a part to execute execution part into the application. So now I want to take command line from address bar at manage.py file location. Just I want to take place here. Now I give the command how to run this one. Python manage.py run server. Just the command line we have to provide here and click on enter. So small errors will occur inside. Just we have to modify that error. So just we have to verify this what we are given pages that we have to check it once. Sections are given. We are here. The we have to verify here also. Why? Because there is any small mistake, it will take as a big error because of says constitutive part. Yes. Small content. Now we have to run the application. CMD command line Python manage.py run server. Yes, now it will come out this local host. So copy the local host here. Go to the browser and here paste the content. So here when we are write the URL part, what we given in this location, we take place into this one and we have to add that one in this location and click on enter. So this is the way to display that content at the browser location. So any web application we are run like this. Here we are add the content like add the what is that templates. So we are created a model and view. The templates are different. The templates we are taking to the place. It will take time. And here I'll show the small example for this application also. So this is the way to create a Django framework very easy and very less time, very scalable type of Django framework. So this is the way to explain, give the proper information and introduction of this Django framework and how to design, how to make it proper way. What is the procedure is given inside, sir. This is the way to design the Django framework. Yes, sir. Is there any queries? Is there audible, sir? Anyone? Sure. Sir, please respond. Anyone, please? So here I want to introduce a Python concept also inside the application. So what is the Python or Python content and everything? So here, different kind of locations the Python are using today, and we want to discuss about this different programming languages inside the framework, sir. So Python also one of the most important most important programming to introducing inside the Django. So before going to explanation of the Django framework, we have to discuss about Python also parallelly. So differences between programming and scripting. What is the Python first thing? The Python is completely different, completely general purpose programming language we are using inside the applications, and it applied often applied in the scripting roles. So Python is programming language as well as scripting language also. That's why we are using inside the Django framework, sir. Why? Because Django framework using scripting language like HTML and XML like that. So Python is also called as interpreted programming language because it support both the programming and as well as scripting. That's why. So we're coming into the part. We're discussing one interesting part inside the Python programming, sir. Here, the Python is completely playing as a dual role, like programming and scripting. So we want to know what is the programming and scripting compulsory inside the programming matters. So here, when we come into the part programming side, the programming completely different from scripting. The execution process and structure, everything is different in between the programming and scripting, sir. Here, when we are coming to the part of programming, the programming is nothing but it's completely depends on source codes. So what is the process is going on inside the programs? The program is sequentially instructions written of written so that a computer can perform certain task is given by programming side. Program is what is the program execution process inside? The source code going to compilation first, and then the code will be executed. This is the process going on inside the programming, as well as what about scripting? The scripting is a completely different part. There is no compilation inside the scripting programming location. Though scripting is interpreted, the script is code written in a scripting language. A scripting language is nothing but a type of programming language in which we can write code to control under software application. So here the part is completely we have to understand what we have to understand here. Programming and scripting. Program take place to execution part, and compilation must and should. But here in scripting location, there is no compilation. Just run the script into the directly application. So this is very essential in Python programming also. Why? Because where we are working with completely shell programming inside the applications. The shell is a combination of programming and scripting completely. So this Python is interacting with the script programming and scripting is like as a bridge. So it's a bridge between programming and scripting. That's why we are using this programming inside the web-based applications. Next, the history of Python is completely we have to know about this. Why? Because this history is very essential. We have to know why who generated this one, who is invented this one, where he is from, why what is the intention of this Python. These are all very essential. Why? Because when we are entering into the new technology, we have to know what is the basic point of that one also. So that's why I want to introduce this history of Python also, sir. Actually, in Python invented in the Netherlands, early 90s only by Guido van Rossum. He is the person to create this Python, the huge programming Python language. Uh, Here, Python was conceived at 1980s only, and it implemented was started in December 1989. That's why we invented this Python programming as 1980s. 1990s, 1980s. Okay, so Gaidavan Rosam is a fan of Monty Python. Why he was given name for this Python? That is most important. We have to discuss it here, sir. The Python is Gaidavan Rosam is a fan of Monty Python circus in the film. This is a famous TV show in the Netherlands. That's why. So he is the he is the founder of Python. He make the programming language like Python. That's why he have that rights to keep the name for different names like this Monty Python, Python, whatever. So that's why what is the famous TV show in the Netherlands, that the TV show name given by this Python programming language. So after named Monty Python, it came to Python. So that is the main historical part inside the Python, sir. And here, Python programming completely open source from the beginning. So why? Because it's completely free download and free installation process going on inside the systems. That's why. So next is the Gaidavan Rosa. He's giving some benevolent dictators for life. So was what is the main intention of in his mind? Why he has introduced this Python? The Python is completely is in his words. We have to discussing. Python is an experiment in how much freedom programmers need. Too much freedom and nobody can read unders code. Too little and expensive is endangered. So it means the Python is completely friendly user friendly process, as well as it's very easy to understand the programmers. Much more freedom is very dangerous. That's why he mentioned proper scripts and proper way to how to take this one. That's why he created a case sensitive parts inside the Python. So that is the part he want to introduce in about the Python by Guido van Rossum, sir. Next, why he was created Python? The reason behind the created Python is there is a motivation is there in Python creation. The original motivation for creating Python was the perceived need for higher level language in the Amoeba operating systems project. I realized that the development of system administration utilities in C was taking too long. Moreover, doing these things in the board shell wouldn't work for a variety of reasons. So this Gadav and Rosam works on different programming languages in previous. So C is one of the programming language he was used in his previous time. So then that time he's working on administration utilities, administration tools development process. So in C language, it will take too long to develop the programming, to develop the application. So that's why. So he's taking place into the shell programming. So after completing the programming, he was more into shell programming, like scripting programs inside the applications. So C programming code length is very high level, but shell programming code length is very low level. So the comparison, both applications are taking same performance, but the written codes are different. That's why. So he decided himself why we have to match these programming these two languages at the same single location. So that intention came from his mind. That's why he created this Python. So he's giving a word. What is that? This Python. What is the intention of invention of Python? Intention and invention of the Python is it create a bridge between programming and scripting. So that's why this programming language act as a dual role like programming and scripting. So Python is completely case sensitive, and as well as it playing dual role. That's why we call as this one as an interpreted programming language. So this is words. These words are given by that Gado van Rossum, who had invented this Python programming. So why we are introducing this one? We are using Python inside the Django framework. That's why. So this framework completely use the backend programming Python only. That's why we have to know about this Python also, one of the part. That's why I'm introducing this one also today in today's session. And here, scope of the Python. We want to discuss about the scope of the Python. The scope of the Python also one of the essential part. Why? Because which locations we are used today this Python. So we are different types of applications locations we are using this one. So the different sectors using this Python programming today because it's providing more security and scalability, robustness, and different kinds of programmability conditions given by this Python. That's why we are introducing this one. First one is a science location. Bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is one of the biggest part playing role in the medical location. Why? Because bioinformatics create vaccinations for different diseases. So this playing different roles inside the medical sector. So that's why we are using the science location also. What are the application? What are the designing part into the medicines? This different kind of information given by this Python location, Python programming part. And next one, system administration. Administration is very essential for every operating system. So in that location, we have to use this Python today because it's give proper instruction and scalability, efficiency, effectiveness in the operating systems. That's why this system administration tools are using this Python today, like Unix, WebLogic, WebSphere, like that. So next, coming to the part, today we're discussing web application development. In web application development, also using Python today. So that's why we are introducing this Python part into the programming location. And here, where we are using this one, this web application development process location, uh, we are using CGI, Communication Graphical Interface, like websites. So we are communicating with the front end to back end. The front end, what are the front end we are using here? That is called as Django. Already we discussed in previous content. So now this Python is providing GUI like web Django framework. So this GUI completely depends on Python only. That's why we have to introduce this one. And Jython servlets, like different programming is also using this inside the Python. Jython is one of the part, and servlets is another part. Servlets is it explained Java part actually. In Java, it's advanced concepts given by servlets. So the servlets also using inside Python today. So next, text scripting. So different kind of applications we have to test. That's why we are using this Python to test the applications where it was required. So that is the scope of the Python we have to introduce here. So here I want to introduce what can I do with Python. Python is very essential today. Why? Because it completely changed the content. The previous programming to present programming. What is that? The thing is the first one is previous module. Every module we have to create manual process, manual methodology we are taking inside the programming development process. Now it's the Python is completely changed that one, and the compared to previous, that completely changed into the automatic process. So what is the difference between previous and present programming is the previous is completely depends on manual process. Now we are coming to the automatic process. That's why this Python create this much of environment to develop the applications very less time, and it utilize very easy and perform very easy and everything inside the Python programming language. That's why. So here, what can I do with Python? That is the main concept to have to discuss now. System programming. Every system programming we are using Python today because of different types of classification, predictions, and different kind of things we have to proceed in the programming. That's why. And next, graphical user interface programming. Whatever the GUI programs, whatever the visualization and the desktop-based application programs, so we have to run in Python today. So internet scriptings, different kind of internet scriptings also we have to write in Python programming inside backend the applications. And next, component integrations, different types of components we have to merge it purpose also we are using Python today. So this is a ability of Python. It create different kind of aspects to develop the applications. And next, database programming. It's focusing on database also. Database commands, different queries we are using for development process. So then the time we are using this database programming part also, we are taking place into the Python. So Python can create different kind of parameters like system programming, graphical user interface programming, internet scripting, component integration, database programming, and finally we are entering into the gaming, image classifications, XML, robot, and more different locations. We are using Python, and we can create different applications using with Python. So that is the intention of Python. Today we are going to development process. Next, who uses Python today? So different companies are using Python today for hardware testing and development process. So first one here, the Python is being applied real revenue generating products by real companies. So where the companies generated the revenue in real-time location, that companies are using Python today. That's why this Python, we are introducing Python very essential, and we have to know and we have to learn the Python very essential today, because this Python playing role in everywhere. So this kids create different kind of opportunities in the IT sector. So that's why we have to focus on Python compulsory. Whatever the applications we are developing process taking today. So that's why I want to introduce this one. And where we are, who uses this Python today? Google makes extensive use of Python in its web search system and employs Python's creator. So Google uses Python today completely. Why? Because it's very easy to development applications, and very easy to take different kind of search engines using by this Python. And one more is Intel, Cisco, Hewlett Packard, Seagate, Qualcomm, and IBM uses a different kind of MNC companies using for hardware testing Python today. And ESRA, Environmental System Research Institute, this is one of the biggest institute for environmental research system. Uses Python as an end user customization tools for its popular GIS mapping products. So today, when we see anywhere, when we see the locations anywhere, that locations are used Python and develop their process very easy. So that's why we are also using this Python into the Django framework. So that's why I want to introduce this in Python programming part into the session. The YouTube video sharing service is largely written in Python. So YouTube videos also using this Python. Why? Because the streaming process or whatever the services going to take place very easy. That purpose we are using Python today. These are the importances we have to discuss about the Python. Why we are introducing this Python is actually we are using to development process in web-based applications. The backend given action part completely by Python. That's why I want to introduce this Python also, one of the part. Next, this Python is advanced programming language today. So this Python follow different factors cited Python users seem to be these. What is that? Here Python is object oriented completely. It's a completely platform independent programming language. So that's why object oriented is providing as a reusability. The reusability structure given by this Python also. So that's why this Python is work with anywhere. That's why we call as this completely portable to take place to run and develop the different kind of applications. So yeah, I want to introduce this Python is completely what is that object oriented programming. It means structure support such as concepts as polymorphism, operation overloading, and multiple inheritance. So here, the concepts are there inside the object-oriented programming. OOPS concepts in that location, higher level concepts we are providing inside the Python programming. So that's why it's take place to manage and manipulate whatever the situation. It's give the proper result what we are given instruction that based on the result will come out the system come out to the system. So that's what I want to introduce this object oriented concept into the Python. And next it's free completely. Python is completely free, as well as Django also completely free free software. That's why we call as open source programming language this Python. And the frameworks are provide Django also is one of the open source to use this Python. So next it's completely powerful. This Python programming is completely powerful. Why? Because dynamic typing, the typing process going to different ways. That's why we're taking a place as dynamic typing, built-in types and tools. Everything is available inside the programming. Just we have to use that content what you require. Based on requirement, we are use that content inside and we run the application. So that's why the built-in types tools are very less. Is one of the part to take. Uh, Programming location Python and library utilities. Why it was going to powerful is taking library utilities much more because lack of libraries are there inside the programming. It support lack of libraries and algorithms as well. So the third party utility is also there inside. What is that? Numeric, NumPy, SciPy. So different kind of Python libraries is there. So that's why it's going to take place powerful. And next, automatic memory management is very essential today. The automation is taking place into the automatic memory management. This automatic memory management now it's playing a major role to develop the artificial intelligence and deep learning applications and automatic cars and automatic machines, whatever. So this is the criteria to this is the things inside the Python. That's why it's we called as this one as a powerful programming language, and it's portable. Finally, it's why it was portable. It means it's run virtual every major platform use it today. So actually, every major platform. Why? Because it's very easy to understand and easy to development process. Easy to take development process and very less time to development. It take very less time to development process, and it's completely user friendly. First of all, so that's why today anywhere Python anywhere they are taking they are use the programming content or take the programming content to the applications like Python. uh, it's very easy to access anyone. So that is the part to take into the session. I want to introduce that Python also is one of the another part to take into the development process. So this is the way we have to combine the backend and front end. What is the backend and what is the front end? What is the programming part we have to inside the application development, and how to make it, and how to how to take place into the development process. These are all things we have to discuss now. The moreover, the thing is, Django is very different platform to introduce in today. Is why? Because web development processes are there in previous also, but the present situation is going different ways. The present situation create applications also in different ways. So that is the thing we have to explain. We have to discuss about web-based application, and what is that to use the content in backend and front end, and everything is displayed on the monitor. Yes, sir. Can I close the session, sir?
So yes, sir.
Is there any time?
Yeah, we will have a lunch break, sir. Like 1 to 1 p.m. We will start from
So
1:15. 1:15 is it okay, sir? For you? 1:15 p.m.
Okay, sir. Okay. Let me start after the lunch break, sir. Thank you so much, Anandal. Signing off. This is Bhaskar from Second Informatics, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Dear participants, we will join after lunch break. That is 1:15 p.m. Thank you. Same link will be there for joining.